Welcome back, Sunday Society, to our next episode of Hot Take Summer.
So hot.
It is actually kind of hot.
It is the 4th of July, so.
Yes, so happy. I mean, by the time you hear this, it'll be a few days after,
Yeah.
but happy Independence Day, everybody.
You can suck on that, Britain. All right, so we're going to get started with some hot takes, but first, grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's take back Sunday.
So, Bianca, I want to hear your first hot take.
Awesome. So we are going to...
I definitely just hit that. Okay, there you
go. This week we're focusing more on like legitimate hot takes versus hot topics. So buckle in because we're going to have some opinions. My first one is that Apple is better than Android. What say you, Android user?
So I have a child that is only wants Apple everything, and then the rest of us are Android users. And we went and talked to a guy at the Apple store when he needed to like replace his phone or whatever, and he was like, actually, to be honest with you, Android is so much better. The pictures are not like better on Apple. He said that the security is much more advanced than Apple, and the security issues that Apple has where you have to like verify over and over and it's almost like you get stuck in a loop of verifying is not because it's super like high security. It's because it's outdated. Yeah.
Shook. I also know why people with Apple phones like me think that Android photos are less quality. Because Apple has it in their code that if they receive a photo from any other device other than an Apple, it will diminish the quality. So like the photo, how you see it on your phone is not how I see it on my phone.
But I feel like I've taken pictures and then we've both taken pictures at the same place and posted them to Facebook. And I don't think that there's a big difference.
Yeah. But the thing
like I joke about it and be like, oh, you can take the picture, Apple's better, or whatever. But I don't think and the cost of an Apple phone versus an Android phone, why would I spend a mortgage payment on a phone? That is the dumbest thing. It is a brand thing. Yeah. It is a brand thing. It is just a trend.
And I'm pretty sure that Apple was just in like some kind of litigation because they have made it to where only their like programs and softwares will work on their phone. So like if I were to try to use your smartwatch on my Apple, would not work. My Apple Watch would not work with your Android because Apple has it coded to where it is only compatible with other Apple devices to promote product purchase within that company, like AirPods.
I will say that I know Apple phones will work with like off-brand like headphones, like the wireless earbuds.
Yeah, but AirPods I don't think will work with Android.
So
silly.
Here's my take on this. I honestly don't care. If you want to spend a lot of extra money and have, a phone that takes you forever to get into if you need, a security clearance, like you're the president of the United States, by all means, enjoy that.
But I don't really have an opinion about it.
No, I honestly think whatever, like I understand people that have Apple, like they enjoy it. I have a phone for work that is an Apple phone, an iPhone, and then I have my Android, and I just struggle to use, like I'm younger than like my parents, obviously. I don't know. I'm not as tech savvy as some people might think I am. I like that.
You're more tech savvy than I think you are, though, honestly.
Well, like, I do figure things out sometimes.
Yeah, you surprise. I'm like, dang, girl, okay, get it, sis.
Yeah, but I don't know. And also, I think I'm really good at Excel. And then yesterday, I can't figure out how to get like a sum on one page to take that sum and put it on another page. And I looked at like 5 videos and still couldn't figure it out. Listeners, if somebody knows how to do that, please message me because I'm struggling. And I'm just trying to make a budget sheet that the revenue and the different budgets and the end costs all go to one summary page.
I'm sure that is possible.
I know it is. I just can't figure it out.
I'm not the one.
But anyway, I honestly, if you like Apple,
I'm an Apple user.
yeah, use Apple. If you like Android, use Android. I just personally don't want to spend that kind of money on a phone. And the Android system is easier for me to navigate.
And I've heard that. It is a lot easier, user-friendly platform.
Yeah. So.
All right. So Team Android, Team Apple, because I have an Apple. And at this point, they are so different that I don't know that I could switch to an Android because I'd be like, what is this?
Yeah.
Same for Android users.
Okay.
Hot take number 2.
So this one was, so I did some research because I have hot takes, like personal hot takes, but I wanted to see like what other people were talking about. And one that came up 7 out of the 10 feeds that I looked at is mental illness is not an excuse for bad behavior. So like you are allowed to have a mental illness, obviously, and allowed to have symptoms of that and all of that. But like it is a consensus that people feel like there are certain people that will use mental illness or a diagnosis for bad behavior. And it's not okay. Just because you have something that may cause you more barriers doesn't mean that you get to be a jerk. That's what the message was. And I was like, I never really thought about it. But honestly, yeah, like, especially once you've been diagnosed and you know like what to look for, that's the time where you're like, okay, so how do I manage this? And that was the thing, is people not managing things and just using it,
allowing it to be an excuse.
Yeah.
I have a similar opinion. As a teacher, we would see students that have, maybe like executive functioning skills that aren't developed because they have ADHD or they're on the spectrum. And in the environment where I taught, that was not an excuse to not get your work done.
Yeah.
That was something that we would find tools to get in place to allow you to work with the diagnosis as opposed to letting the diagnosis work against you.
Mm-hmm.
My coworker, and I hope she's listening, Susan, I'm talking about you, girl. Her son was diagnosed, I think, with like ADHD or something along those lines. And she was like that. She's like, you were the like real world, outside of school will not care that you have
I've
ADHD.
had that conversation with Corbin many times. Like, you have to figure out what works for you and how to make it work, because a boss is not going to care, and they're not going to want to tell you something 5 different times because you can't remember or keep track of something.
Yep. I've heard a story of, I think somebody was diagnosed with dyslexia, which is that is a very real, troubling, complicated
Corbin has
diagnosis.
Dyslexia as well.
And it's not just, people always think, oh, they just flipped the letters around. No, they like see everything at different spots on like it's so much more complicated than what people have like this preconceived notion of.
Yeah.
But and I think even had like a 504, which I didn't know that those kind of extended past college, to be honest with you. But she said like to her boss, like, I need this written out a different way. I need this written out this way. This is how, and the boss was like, no, like, that's not how it's going to work here. Like, you have to figure out how to make it work for yourself. If you need it written out in a different way, you can take the notes that have been provided and you can do what you need to with those notes.
Yeah.
But we're not responsible for your work. Like, and I can see that. I think that there's a difference between supporting a diagnosis and like being a supportive, collaborative part of that versus enabling.
Yeah.
And I think that we see a lot of enabling go on with those types of things.
One thing I've noticed, like with Corbin, is if I ask him to repeat to me what I ask him to do, and I'm like, I wish I could just get that tattooed on him. Like, once you tell me to do something, I need you to ask me what it is that you just said to me. Yeah. But with dyslexia, I thought it was, when I was growing up, I thought it was just numbers, but it's letters, like letters that are similar, he misreads them, like D's and B's and I'm trying to think E's and C's. Like, and could you imagine if you like are mixing up those often, how a word would look like a jumbled mess? Like
Yeah.
this doesn't make sense. So,
Yep.
but in numbers too, I truly believe that if I was born in, the 2000s, especially like 2010 and up, they would have diagnosed me with ADHD or at least ADD, like the attention issue. Think I use it though, like to be like super productive, like to like zone in on a project and just do what I got to do.
Yeah.
And I would love to be able to teach my son that, because he just if he likes it, he's all about it. Like
Yep.
he is in it to win it. It's everything he thinks about. But if it is not fun, he is like squirrel.
Like trying to get him, helping him with his English homework. He's like,
oh my
can
gosh,
we just be done?
Yes. Okay, what's your next one?
All right.
Oh wait, yeah, no, that was mine. I'm like, where were we?
So I want to know, and I think I know how you feel about this, but there is an opinion that you should learn the language of the country you're going to travel to before you travel there.
So I don't think it's necessary, but I definitely think it would be helpful, and I think it would be a better experience for you. I also think that you need something, like you can't just go somewhere expecting people to be able to communicate with you.
That I think is what maybe this is rooted in, like that opinion, because it's the general like stereotype that Americans are selfish and that we only care about America and our culture.
I wonder where they got that.
I have no idea. Like,
no, I'm just kidding.
But I think that is, it comes across as entitlement, that when we travel to other countries that we expect them to accommodate us versus us immersing ourselves in that language prior.
So if I'm spending thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to go to an all-inclusive resort, better be able to speak English and be able to communicate with me. But if I am going to Italy on a whim and staying in a hotel and traveling on my own all over the, city or whatever, I would assume that I should know how to communicate with the people that speak Italian there.
Yeah, I think it's just a responsible choice, just so you can, protect yourself. And like if the resort is, an American resort, I could understand that. But like if it's in Mexico, I would expect most of those people probably speak Spanish. So I've never been to an all-inclusive resort or anything like that. So I
feel like all-inclusive resorts though are more like for targeted for tourists. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I don't know. Either way,
that does make sense.
When I learn Italian, I'm going to Italy. So.
I know. I'm so happy. When I went to Germany, and I feel like I've told you this story or we've talked about it on here. I was 9, and 9-year-olds, that's hard to learn a new language at 9, but I tried to learn certain words and phrases so I could communicate with my family. And my great uncle kind of, I don't know if he had said something to someone like my dad or my grandpa or my grandma, but they appreciate that it's, take the time.
I would.
Yeah. If you're traveling to a new country, I think I am of the mindset that you should learn at least a basic conversational, not fluent. You don't have to be fluent in a language. You don't have to take 4 years of Italian before you want to go, but you should learn how to ask for directions. You should learn how to say, I need help. You should learn,
hello.
Where's the best gelato?
Yeah. Thank you. Please. Yes, all the
course,
things.
The manners. Yeah. So that's my thought.
I know that a friend of ours, her son married someone that lived here, but their family lives in another country. They live in Brazil.
Yep.
And that mother, our friend, she learned their language. Like she wanted before the wedding. That was her goal, was to learn that language so that she could communicate with them. And I thought that was awesome.
I do too. We had Brazilian cadets come in and they taught us Portuguese, and it was like, it wasn't, like conversational. It was all the bad words, but
of course.
So I could say a couple choice words in Portuguese for you.
All right. Okay. Mayo is so much better than Miracle Whip, and they are not the same.
That's facts, though, fam. That's facts.
It is not. People argued.
What?
Yeah. So some people think that Miracle Whip is so much better, and then they also are like, what's the difference? It's like, Yeah, no,
You can very clearly taste the difference. If I were to put a dollop of mayonnaise and a dollop of Miracle Whip on a spoon and made you eat them blind, you would be able to say these are not the same.
I would definitely know.
I would
And
barf
one, I
both.
would gag.
Yeah, I hate mayonnaise like that. I
Oh,
don't mess
I
with
love
mayonnaise.
mayonnaise.
Ugh. I watched a movie.
I will eat mayonnaise instead of tartar sauce with fish.
All right, well, I'm going to ruin your life because there's a movie. It was one of those like scary,
Oh.
you know, the scary movie franchise, but it wasn't scary movie. It was like epic movie or something. Kim Kardashian was in it, I think. I don't remember. But there's a part at the very beginning where somebody is getting liposuction and they put the liposuction tube into a jar of mayonnaise, and that's what the mayonnaise is the fat from this woman. So
well,
no, thank you. You're welcome, America, for my hot take on mayonnaise. I hate them both. I will do like a light little spread sometimes on a BLT.
so I know people that like both, but like in only
Really?
certain ways. Yeah, like so they would like mayo, you know, in a potato salad, but they will eat Miracle Whip on a sandwich. If I ask you for mayonnaise and you give me Miracle Whip, I'm not eating it. Like,
And
I'm probably not
friendship's
even eating
probably
the
done.
food. Like, I'm just going to be like, I'll wait until I take this home
And you will
eat.
not be invited to the next cookout. Guaranteed.
I grew up with Miracle Whip. Like, I grew up eating Miracle Whip, and I thought it was fine.
Until you saw the light.
Until I became an adult, and I had mayo, and I was like, Hellman's? Hell yeah. No.
I love it.
Yeah, that reminds me of like, Shell yeah.
Shell yeah.
Oh, it's so cute.
So
but anyway.
we got this. No, we're talking about it.
Okay.
We got one of the girls on our softball team this summer had a birthday, and we got her a birthday card. On the front of it is a turtle or like a tortoise or, you know, a reptile that lives in a shell.
It's a turtle.
I think it was a turtle. And it says, "Do I wish you a happy birthday?" ? And you open it up, and what does it say?
Shell yeah.
Shell yeah.
And listen, her parents probably appreciated it
I
too.
hope
Like
so.
it wasn't like it. I mean,
It
yeah,
wasn't.
it might not have been appropriate for an 8 or 9-year-old, but it wasn't not appropriate either.
Yeah.
It was funny, and
But nobody else thought it was funny but us.
Yeah, it's like this is the best card ever. Anyway,
I would have loved to have gotten that birthday card.
I'm team mayonnaise. Do you care if it's Miracle Whip or mayonnaise?
Yeah, I don't like either, but I'm never eating Miracle Whip.
Yeah,
never. I will eat mayonnaise
Miracle
on a
Whip
sandwich.
is trash.
Trash.
All right, what you got?
All right. Is the customer always right?
No, but you should make them feel like it.
Oh, that's a hot take caveat. Okay, footnote. Talk about that.
Okay, so for example, I work in the healthcare field where we deal with typically on a daily basis, we have 38 people who come from a hospital. They are trying to rehab to go home. They expect a lot of them expect the care to be the same at the hospital. Hospital nurses have sometimes just like 5, patients. And this is a step down to try to get you to go home. So you need to be more independent, all of those things.
Removing the scaffolding.
Yes. So they get irritated about all kinds of things. And I literally want to look at them and be like, really? Or they'll be like, I had to wait for my call light for 45 minutes. And I pull the call light log and I'm like, it was 3.5 minutes, ma'am. But here is what you do is that I don't have to tell them that they're wrong. I can tell them, I can validate their concern.
Sure.
I can tell them that I am going to communicate their concern to my team. And at the end of the day, they're still going to have to wait 3.5 minutes.
My goodness.
And they're still going to be expected to get themselves up if they can do that and go to the bathroom if they can do that. But at the end of the day, I validated them because they are the customer and they need to feel like they matter.
Yeah.
Because they do matter. But like they need to feel like their feelings are validated. Same thing in any other thing. Like I could be, at McDonald's and not be happy about a wait. And they could just look at me and say, do you not see that there are 10 other cars in front of you and they all came at the same time and it's very busy? No, they say, I'm so sorry about your wait. We are doing everything we can to get you your food. That is the way to handle that.
I agree.
The customer is not always right. Sometimes the customers are awful human beings too.
Yep.
But you can make them feel like they're right to an extent.
Yeah. You just kind of pacify it.
Yes.
I know. So I work in customer support. So obviously I get the people that are like, you're garbage. And I'm like, thanks. Join the dumpster, I guess. get in the dumpster with me.
Yeah.
And we have some people who are like very entitled and arrogant. And oh my gosh, we had one person who tried to tell our like level 2 support, who's like, they do like the technical stuff, like the coding and stuff, and tried to tell her how to support customers. Like gave her his phone number and said, please reach out anytime if you need help learning how to support. And I was like,
oh, wow.
Sir, have all the seats. We will no longer be using your services.
Oh,
or you will no longer be using our services for that matter.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I feel like I could be that passive aggressive person.
Look, here's my phone number.
I have before been at a store and had someone checking me out that was literally almost scary, like how upset or mad she looked. And after she checked everything out, I was like, hey, which now that I think about it, I probably just made her day worse, which I feel really bad about. But I was like, hey, I know people have hard days. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just letting you know in case you're unaware that you are very abrasive and unapproachable right now. And you're working with people. And, I just wanted you to be aware in case you weren't, that you feel very unapproachable and like that you do not want to be helpful to anybody. And she just looked at me and was like, thanks. And I was like, and now that was years ago, I thought I was being helpful. And I'm like, I just made her day worse.
Could you imagine if somebody said that to you at your job?
Somebody kind of has one time I had a family member say that I was cold and unapproachable. And I was like, are they sure that it's me?
Are you talking about me?
No one has ever called me cold or unapproachable. Like I was like, but the person that I was working with at the time, my DON, was like, hey, you have really had some really rough couple of weeks. The building has been stressful. Like, I'm sure she just caught you at a bad time. So, I mean, I don't know, but
positive intent. You did not intend to make that girl's day worse.
My kids swear that I am the most unfriendly person going through a drive-through. I do not mean to be. Like, Bianca will be like, you sounded sarcastic.
And I'm like, a little rude, girl.
I'm literally trying to be nice. So last weekend, we went to McDonald's in this town. And we ordered breakfast because I wanted breakfast. It wasn't available on the app. So I was like, oh, we got to have lunch. And lunch wasn't available on the app either. So there was something going on with the app. There were like 10 cars.
That's probably why.
And like 10 cars like from the drive-through speaker back. So I couldn't even see who was. So I was like, let's just go inside. We'll order whatever. We had plenty of time. These people took 45 minutes to get me my breakfast. And you know what I did?
You left. Oh, I know what you did. I'll let you say it though.
I told them every time they looked up and they're like, have you still not got your breakfast? I'm like, well, because we went and sat down for a little while. And then I was like, I just want to make sure like maybe somebody
didn't get lost.
Yeah. So they're like, you still don't have your breakfast? And I'm like, no, it's okay. I know you guys are busy. I know it's fine. Like, we're not in a hurry. That is not always the case with me because sometimes I am in a hurry and I will get frustrated. But I was trying to show as much grace because that everybody wanted McDonald's breakfast, probably because the steak and egg cheese bagels are back. And that's what I wanted.
Still haven't gotten one.
Everybody wanted breakfast. And I mean, it was crazy. And there was somebody who had posted about don't go to McDonald's for breakfast. And I was like, listen, they're super busy. They have the best attitude and are just trying to get everybody taken care of.
Well, that's good because sometimes they don't have the best attitude.
They definitely had the best attitude.
Good.
So and my bagel was pristine. So
I saw the post that was on our bulletin board. I saw your comment on it that you're like, geez, like cut them some slack. Like,
cut them some slack. If you drove
you.
by McDonald's, you saw why it was a long wait and what was going on. Now, I know that they brought somebody in while I was there. So like maybe they weren't expecting that big of a rush. They had another employee come in. They were trying to do all the things and still having a positive attitude.
Yeah. And then, so the next day I went with Brinley and we got lunch and we sat there also for 45 minutes. But the thing is all the people behind us were getting their food and going. And I'm just sitting there like we had they ask you every time, pull up, I'm going to have you move forward. I'm like, great. So we moved up, we sat there. sat there long enough for somebody to get their food, go back through the drive-through, and like throw their bag in the face of the
yeah.
poor like 16-year-old girl who got called in to come in and help. It's like screaming at her, cussing at her.
I ain't never done that, y'all.
No, because anyway, it's not worth it. And then, you know, they switch her food out and she pulls up to leave, and the person behind her like did the same thing I did, like stuck her head out the window, like, what's going on back there? And the lady that was leaving was like, what are you looking at, B-word? And put that car in reverse and backed up and parked next to that next car.
People
and is yelling at the car, yelling at the girl, saying, I'm going to get your badge number. I think the person in the car like said that they work for the sheriff's department. And she's like, but you're not on duty now. You're not on duty now. And so what did I do? I got my phone out and was like, Brinley, don't talk. I'm going to record.
I feel really bad for people that work and
Oh.
with the people, like with the public, because people are just getting more awful and awful.
I
really try not to be that person. I do get frustrated when the same, and it's like, it's my fault. I go back when I get bad service and can't get an order right. Like I go back over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But I try really hard to like be respectful of the fact that they are humans.
Yeah, because they are. I mean,
yeah. My biggest pet peeve is whenever I'm like, oh, thank you, or hello, and you just stare at me.
And they're not super sweet back. Yeah.
Or like I make like a little joke, like, you know, and you just look at me like I'm an idiot. And I'm just like,
well, maybe your joke
I want to throw my drink in your face right now, but I won't because I'm a better human than that.
We could talk about the viral video that went around with the guy who did throw his drinks back into like the coffee vendor. Mama came out with a hammer and beat his windshield.
Bam,
said, yeah, bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Listen, I'm sure she probably got in trouble for that too.
I'm sure she did.
But let me tell you something. You throw a drink at me, multiple drinks at me, and I'm soaking wet. First of all, I'm pretty sure that's considered assault if you like throw something.
I'm sure it is.
But
cops,
you don't have to worry about your windshield. You need to worry about your face.
Your face. All right. So
touching these
customers not always right, but you can make them feel like they are.
That's my take.
That's the hot take. I like it. All right. What you got now?
All right. This one is very controversial.
Uh-oh.
Cats make better companions than dogs. I knew this was going to be.
I'll just see myself out. Cats are so aloof and make you work so hard for their affection. And dogs are just like, I love you regardless of if you have fed me within the last 5 minutes. Cats are like screaming at you, acting like they're starving. Feed me. And you're looking, you're like, no, I just fed you. Like your wet food is still wet in the bowl. Like dogs, they wake up, they're like, I haven't even been able to pee in 8 hours, but I still love you, girl. You know? So clearly we know how I feel about this.
Yeah, I do. I've always been a dog person, but I am becoming a cat person. I love how cuddly they are and how they want to sleep on, just lay on you and sleep and
crazy
cuddle.
Cat lady.
Yeah, I am.
But it's not all cats. Not all cats are like that. You got very lucky with your 2 kittens.
Okay, well, my cats are better than dogs. My cats are better than my dogs, especially.
Teddy is so cuddly.
Teddy is cuddly, but she's also a Karen who barks at everything. Literally, if Casey just even makes a noise to bark, she's like, I don't know what's going on, but here I am. I'm barking.
Ride or die. She's a ride or die.
She's a Karen.
She's like, ain't no leaves coming up in this house today.
Yeah. But I think cats are sweet and cuddly and
then you have clearly never met my ex's cats because they were not.
Yeah,
actually,
no, I had, and they were not friendly.
Loki,
and I was like, Brinley, do not
touch those cats. Can I pet that dog?
Yeah, do not. I also think that, you know, certain dogs are like, it's a personality thing.
Yeah.
Like for me, I love that the cats are super cuddly, but they're also like low maintenance for me.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's probably where, you know, the better companion.
That's what I'm not wondering, is that they're not like, but at the same time, dogs just want to love you. And they actually, my dog, my golden retriever, she just wants to be loved. She doesn't want to love you. She wants to be loved. She wants you to be touching her and loving on her all the time.
I love Casey.
with her little crooked bottom teeth.
Oh, I love it. And then when she's on her belly and you're rubbing her belly and her little smile and you're like, look at your crooked teeth.
Yes.
It's so cute. Okay. Anyway, I am team dog. I'm also allergic to cats. So if I cuddle them too much, they will kill me.
I don't know. I like dogs. I'm team animal. I will take
Just
all
not
the
birds.
animals.
I think that we can agree.
Yeah.
Cat person, dog person, whatever. We're just not bird people.
Yeah, no.
That's that. That's my hot take.
I just want to live on a farm. Okay, what's your next one?
Okay, so I have seen people discuss this, and my question is, do you put your cereal in the bowl first or your milk in the bowl first?
I put my cereal in the bowl first.
Like a normal human being. Okay.
Like if you put your milk in, aren't you like
how do you know how much cereal
Yeah.
you want? Like
aren't you just making the milk like fill up and having barely any cereal?
Exactly.
It's just like milk soup with like
milk soup.
confetti of
Yeah,
cereal.
you're just like sprinkling it on top as a garnish. No, thank you.
I don't understand that. But would
Well,
love to
that's that.
hear if we are not like if
we're the majority. I
you think
guarantee you.
if we're not the majority, I definitely want to hear from people.
Well, if you put your milk in first, I want to know why.
Also, cereal in bowls. My son refuses to eat cereal in bowls.
Did
Cups.
he tell you what I told him the other day about the cups? Do you know where he gets that from? Innately in his soul of souls?
No.
Your father. When we went and printed those things off, your dad went and made a cup of cereal, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's where Corbin gets it from.
Yeah, because it ain't for me.
He had it in like a coffee mug. Little bowl of cereal, put some milk in. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me.
That's where it is. Well, yeah, so Corbin eats it in cereal, and I'm okay with that, except for he leaves it sitting out, and then it like gets really hard on the cups, and then you have to like saw you have to like it's like trying to saw something to get off this dried cereal. So I'm like, if you're gonna do that, you need to soak them. He doesn't, and I soak them, and but I don't understand the purpose of putting milk first.
Yeah, I don't understand that
I
either.
could see like if you had gotten too much milk and you weren't full and add cereal after.
Yeah, totally understand that.
But
like for a second bowl, it makes sense. For a first bowl, get over yourself. Stop being weird.
Get over yourself and stop being weird. So my next one, and it is a personal hot take. So
I'm excited.
It might not. Water does taste different, and Dasani is trash.
Listen, if my phone weren't so far away, I would show you. I was going to, and we will do this. I was going to get like a blind taste test of waters and have you taste them and tell me what brand you thought they were. Because you say that all the time.
Water is not the same. No,
it's not.
I will tell you, I don't need expensive water. No. I don't need Vase or whatever. Like I literally can drink like Casey's, like spring water. I don't care. But there are certain waters that do taste different. I don't like drinking non-filtered water in this town for sure. Like I just think it has a different taste.
I'm just risking it all out here. I drink from the freaking sink.
So you don't have Lexington water. You have Higginsville water.
No, I don't.
Oh, you do?
I get a Lexington water bill every month.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Sorry. I used to have Higginsville water. It was cheaper and it tasted better. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying we're not getting controversial on what the water is like.
That's not the hot take.
It is taste. It is taste. But I will drink water out of my fridge at home. Yeah. Perfectly fine. Tastes fine to me. Warrensburg. I couldn't even drink their soda at a restaurant because the water tasted so weird.
Nevada was like that.
Everybody will agree with that. That's not a hot take.
No,
but
it's not.
It does not have to be expensive water, but there are waters that taste different. And for some reason, Dasani it is, if you bring me, I will literally be like, I don't care what kind of water, just not Dasani.
Just don't bring me. I'll ask her if she wants a water for one of the ball games that we go to. And she's like, just not Dasani.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, only Dasani waters from now on.
It's awful. It is. Yeah. I don't know. I can't explain it, but it definitely, if you gave me a blind taste test.
We're going to.
I could definitely tell you which one is Dasani. And I'd be like,
that's what's going to happen. I'm so excited for this.
So yes, water does taste different. Like it's water. It's not supposed to have a taste, but it does.
Now all I'm thinking of is there's a kid. I'm the one with ADHD here every time. There was a kid on whenever we would go on vacation that didn't. He had like a list, and he couldn't say water. He would say waddle. Waddle. So
Aww.
now that's stuck in my head. Okay.
I love
Anyway,
that.
so every food can be classified as a salad or a sandwich.
No,
Okay, let's talk about it.
no.
Give me a food.
Tacos.
Sandwich.
No.
It's got the taco bun.
Steak.
Salad.
No. No.
Yep.
Salad, you have to have like lettuce or some kind of leaf.
No.
No, I guess not, because like potato salad.
Yeah.
But it's stuff mixed in together to make something. Steak. There we go. I just broke the internet. Just kidding. Steak.
I don't know. I put mushrooms on my steak. I'll put cheese on my steak. That's mixing things together. Salad.
If you cook me a regular steak and it is good, I don't need anything with it. I don't need like A1. The only reason you need A1 is because you're
It's
eating
dry.
trash steak.
Someone couldn't cook your steak right.
Yeah.
That's the hot take. Do you need any of those cards you just chucked?
Maybe. Yeah. That was fun though.
It was.
Okay, so yeah, I don't agree with that. Let me try to think of another one though. Ice cream, salad,
Yeah.
French fries.
Salad.
How?
You put stuff on them. Cheese.
I eat my
Salt?
I eat my fries plain.
You don't put salt on your fries?
That's a seasoning. That's dumb. This one was dumb. Yep.
The audacity.
Not the idea. The topic was fun. It doesn't work.
It doesn't track.
Yeah. Speaking of fries,
Oh gosh.
hot take, McDonald's fries are better than any other fast food fry. So Burger King, Sonic, Wendy's, Hardee's, Arby's, them all.
Okay, well Arby's has curly fries and I love curly fries.
Yeah.
I
So
would-
maybe don't put that in the same category because they are different. If they're seasoned and they're different
Yeah.
fry.
I agree. Even though like I can't tell you the last time I had anything other than McDonald's French fries, the Chick-fil-A waffle fries reign supreme. I will take those over McDonald's fries any day. But French fries, I would have to agree.
McDonald's French fries are the best.
Superior.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
And I honestly wish that I could take McDonald's French fries and take them to multiple different places because like I would rather have McDonald's French fries with my Chick-fil-A nuggets.
Okay.
My nuggies.
Okay.
Or sometimes I'm just like feeling like, okay, this salad's not going to be enough for me, so I'm going to get a little small fry to go with it, which is, I mean, how healthy is that?
Little small fry.
I wish I had McDonald's fries. I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I think
They
it's
put
'cause
like
they're
crack in
thin.
it. There's crack
It's
in the
gotta be.
salt.
Just like their Sprite, their spicy Sprite.
Oh, their Coke is better than any other Coke. It
Didn't
actually has a
Neil-
special formula.
I was gonna
So
say, didn't Neil or someone tell us that they have like
I
a
looked.
patent?
Yeah,
on...
we were talking about it and we looked it up, but it's
true.
It's the truth, and I crave it. I'll be laying in bed thinking, oh, that sounds delicious.
I challenged Brinley to no soda July, and we're on day 3, and we're struggling.
Yep, I want a soda so
I
bad,
want a soda so bad.
but
Also,
water it is.
speaking of kind of our shirts, I want to brag. We got them, and they say, "You look like the 4th of July."
Makes me want a hot dog
real bad. So,
Yeah.
happy 4th of July, everybody.
Yes, we are
Go
excited.
get your hot dogs. All right.
I'm so I figured you were gonna say like McDonald's fries. Ugh, but
No, I like McDonald's
Like
fries.
sometimes I'm like I'm not
That's-
super hungry, and like just give me a medium fry, and that
Yep.
will be my meal.
Exactly. I have done the exact same thing.
Plain. I don't need ketchup. I don't need mustard. I don't need honey
I don't need
mustard.
to dip them in anything.
Although I will say Wendy's is superior in their ice cream when it comes to dipping fries in ice cream because their Frosties with like fries.
Unmatched.
Yep.
Delish.
What's your favorite fast food place? Like if you had to pick one.
So how would we like, are you talking like McDonald's, Sonic?
Girl, we're
Wendy's,
talking about
Dairy
it
Queen,
has to have a
but, like,
drive-through.
Chipotle?
Okay, they don't have a drive-through, but
Yes,
that
they do.
do they?
There are places that have a drive-through
Okay,
Chipotle.
they have to have a drive-through. That's the only. What's your favorite?
I don't know. Because now the options. So, like, I feel like we need to put them into tiers. Like McDonald's, Sonic, bottom tier. Then we move up to like Chipotle or like Arby's, Dairy Queen, Wendy's, second tier. Third tier, Panera, Chipotle, freaking, I don't know, Whataburger. Whataburger's good.
I only like their breakfast, really. I think they're overpriced on their burgers.
I mean, everything's overpriced for sure.
No, but
Sonic
like
is incredibly overpriced.
But like
for no
their
reason.
yeah, but Sonic's burgers are better than McDonald's.
They are. If I want a burger, I go to Sonic. If I want fries, I go to McDonald's.
I like want to just like go to Sonic, get a burger, then go to McDonald's and get a Coke and a fry.
Exactly. Can we just make like our own like combined like Sonic McDonald's, like a mix Sonic?
Not that you could probably tell, but like I'm a foodie. I enjoy like food. It's like experience. I like the experience of new foods. My perfect birthday or like a special day would be to just go to like random like places that I like and get one thing, because I like specifically certain things, but like I don't want to eat an entire meal. I want to go here and get my favorite coffee, and then I want to go here.
I've done that before.
Yeah, like all these different places, and just all day go different places.
I always wonder if they judge me, like when I go to McDonald's and they see a big Sonic cup, they're like, couldn't get your drink here, had to get your fries here.
I don't like Sonic,
for
drinks.
example, or like a Sonic bag.
Yeah.
But my favorite fast food is Taco Bell.
Okay.
Taco Beezy.
Well,
what's your favorite?
Chick-fil-A.
Dang, I forgot about Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A by far. And Zach does not agree. Like he just is like, no, I don't see the hype in it. But I love their salads are amazing.
They are.
Their chicken nuggets are super tender. Their chicken sandwiches literally look and taste like they cut a chicken breast, an actual real chicken breast, and breaded it and cooked it. It does not look like the mushed together chicken patty that you get at a lot of places. I don't know.
I think
it's Jesus' chicken, guys.
It's the Lord's chicken.
It's the Lord's chicken. Yeah, my fave.
That tracks. And their lemonade is unmatched.
I'm not a lemonade person, but all their drinks are good. Their tea is good. Their soda's good. I'm not huge on lemonade, but I've tried it. It's not bad. Yeah, I'm a weird like. It can't be too sweet and it can't be too tart. And it can't be too strong where it feels like it's going to burn when I pee it out. Like, I'm serious. There are lots of lemonades that you take a drink and you're like,
oh, Lord.
Am I going to get a urinary tract infection from this? This doesn't taste safe.
It would more like an antibiotic.
Oh, it's awful. Anyway.
So I like lemonade to be a little tart.
Okay.
Personally.
What's your next, girl?
It's becoming more of a popular theory or opinion that I'm not sure that I stand behind, but that the Friends show is not good. These kids, this younger generation, don't like Friends. And I don't really understand why. I understand why Ross is the single worst character on the planet. He's not a good person. I don't like Ross, and I'll stand on business on that. But like, I thought it was an enjoyable show that shows kind of.
When did it come out?
In the 90s.
Okay, it still plays every day on Nickelodeon.
Every single day.
And it is like, I would watch reruns constantly. It's a good show.
It is. It's a feel-good show. You know, they don't talk about politics. They don't get involved in like political issues or controversial issues. It's literally just a group of friends living in New York trying their best to do their best.
Yeah, I love it.
I do too. I like Friends. I mean, I'm not sure that I've watched from start to finish ever. Maybe once. Maybe.
I definitely have. But then I've probably watched each episode or most episodes at least 3 times.
Yeah. It's fun. It's good. My favorite is when the girls are all laying on the floor or like laying around wearing like they're sleeping over and it's like, I don't have a plan. And Phoebe says, I don't even have a plug. I'm like, I feel it.
Yes.
I feel it in my bones. I don't have a plug either. All right. What you got?
Ticks are scarier than snakes, rats, and spiders.
1000% true.
Like people don't like when they're like, oh, what are you afraid of? You know, spiders is on the list. Nobody says ticks. Ticks can kill you. Ticks are scary.
Ticks, because they're freaking ninja bugs. They're like ninja spider
Yeah,
mosquitoes.
and you don't know that they are like on you and they can just feed on you. It's disgusting.
I don't know where I got that tick, but I found it in the shower and it had bitten. Like it was stuck. It was attached.
Oh, it buried its little head in your skin.
Yes. And so I got out of the shower, dripping like soap, shampoo, everything all over the floor, got my tweezers and pulled it out. And then I looked, I'm like, that little dude's head's still in there. So then I had to like maneuver with the tweezers and pull its head out. And then yesterday I kind of wiped my shirt and felt something that got stuck on my hand. I'm like, oh, because sometimes like when I wash my clothes, you'll get like a fuzzy or something. And I looked, it was a tick. It has to be from the dogs.
I was going to say it has to be your yard.
Yeah. So I'm going to need Zach to come spray my yard.
Okay.
Pretty please.
So that's a pretty quick one, but so kind of going the same route is also airplanes aren't safer than cars. There are just less airplanes than cars.
Yes.
So because people will say like, you have your likelihood of getting in an accident is so much higher in a car than it is an airplane.
Yeah.
Well, it's because there's a lot. I mean, this is the hot take. I don't know if it's accurate, but there are a lot less airplanes.
Yeah. And I feel like cars were around for a lot longer than airplanes. So we've got a lot more data.
You're not going to hear arguments from us. Neither one of us really like to be on planes.
Nope.
I will.
And I won't. I will not. I will drive 14 hours before I get on a dang plane. Trust and believe it, baby.
But yeah, airplanes make sense. You get there a lot faster.
Do, but you're going to have to knock me out. You're going to have to give me like 17 Xannies and just wake me up when it's over.
What is that? Weekend at Bernie's? We'll just see a Weekend at Bernie's you. Like just carry you in with the glasses on looking like you're walking.
Take plenty of pictures, except I think in that movie Bernie's dead.
Yeah, he definitely.
Don't kill me.
He was definitely dead. What you got?
Does being rich equal being successful? Are they the same thing? Rich and successful?
No, I don't think so. I feel like you can be successful and make $5 an hour.
Yeah.
And rich, is that rich like money rich? Or is that rich in, the blessings that is your life, your family?
The purpose, I mean, they're talking about money. But success looks different. You can't quantify success.
That is true.
Can't put a price tag. What is it? Well, about the price tag.
Yeah.
Forget about the money.
Yep.
We don't need your money.
Yep.
We just want to make the world. Yeah, we just want to make the world dance, honestly. I hope that we can leave that horrible little micro karaoke in. Jessie J, please don't sue us. We love you so much.
Oh.
All right. I have one more one after you.
Okay, so everyone should go on a cruise once in their life. This was on multiple. I put this because I know Bianca's terrified of it.
Will not.
They say that, you get to experience just you become a completely different person on a cruise. Like they showed like a video of this old man who looked like he probably was like an accountant, like took off his button-up shirt. He still had like a white shirt on, took off his button-up shirt, was like dancing. They say you become a different person. Then everyone should go on a cruise once. I've been on a cruise. I would agree. It's an experience that everyone should have.
Nope. I won't do it. I'm terrified of what is underneath the water. What if the boat sinks like Titanic? I am not built like Rose. I will not survive on the door. I will not fight off a shark. I will just let it take my legs. And then what if you have a medical emergency on this boat in the middle of the ocean?
They have medical people that work there, and they have.
But what if you need cardiac surgery?
So they have they always are within a certain distance of having like a lifeline come.
Nope. Won't do it. Maybe the Alaska coast. I'll go up on a boat where I can still see the land.
Oh, and the bears.
Oh, the polar bears. Did I send you that video of that albino grizzly that kept getting mistaken as a polar bear?
Had the worst luck in the entire world. Oh my gosh.
He got shipped back and forth between the two habitats so many times. That poor thing. So my hot take is nobody should go on a cruise ever because the ocean is terrifying.
It's really beautiful to be able to. So I will say it is intimidating, but it is beautiful. Like when you're in hanging out and like you look over and there's just dolphins jumping and you're like, oh my gosh. The sunsets are amazing. The food, better food than I've probably ever had on a cruise. Was like the lobster. I've never tasted lobster as good as I
Well, it's
tasted on a
probably
cruise.
more fresh.
Oh, I'm sure
Fresher.
it's fresh. Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't think I'll ever do it.
We're gonna end with Bianca.
Oh, okay. Well, mine's not very good, but we can.
Okay. Well, if not, maybe I have one more that I could throw in there.
Sweet. Okay. Is being nice the same thing as being kind?
No.
Okay.
What do you think?
No.
Why?
So I think that being nice is more surface level. Like you're doing it kind of like as an obligation, like smiling when someone smiles at you. That's nice. Being kind is doing something because you genuinely want to make that other person feel good. So like going out of your way to hold the door open for somebody, telling somebody that their outfit looks nice when you see them, just going above and beyond to be nice. I think it's just the motivation.
So yeah, I would agree. I feel like nice is like a surface level kind of thing, and kind is there's meaning behind
it's depth. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. Well, then, since that one was not very controversial, I'm going to go with my last one. And it is that, so with, you see how style and fashion changes. We are definitely in the era of skinny jeans. And there are people out there that were like, I don't care what fashion comes or goes. I will never not wear skinny jeans. And I'm that way. I don't like anything but the ankle, like where it's tight on your ankle, skinny jeans. I don't want.
That's because you have cute, adorable ankles.
I don't want bootleg. I mean, bootleg's okay, but I don't want the flare or the
I'm a flare girl.
I'm not a wide leg. Skinny jeans will never not be in.
Have you seen my calves?
I also side part my hair and don't care.
Yeah, side part forever. Like that's just my body is trained to side part. But I am not built for skinny jeans. Skinny jeans make me look like, you know what? Well, you know what those bags of like tater tots look like when you tie them up after you've had some? That's what I look like in skinny jeans.
I don't agree with that. That's not
it is not the vibe for me. I prefer, I like them to be a little flared at the bottom so that my shoes are kind of covered because I have really big feet also. So when you have like
telling all her secrets today.
Listen, insecurities abound. Like let me just purge all of my insecurities here.
Oh man.
But so when I wear skinny jeans, I can't wear like Converse, which are super cute with skinny jeans because I look like a freaking clown because my feet are so big. And I've worn red Converse before. I wore them one time and I will never wear them again because I look like Ronald freaking McDonald. It was not the vibe. So no skinny jeans.
Well,
and that's why I wear flip-flops all the time.
I feel like that we can just be honest. Like I told you about my outfit last season where I felt like I look like Miss Trenchable. Like I just feel like we can be honest about our insecurities.
Yeah. I mean, the list goes on and on with the insecurities that I have.
But yeah, so there are people just like, I hope they never stop making skinny jeans because I won't wear anything else.
They are cute though. I will say they are cute and I support that style. What I don't support ever coming back into style are low-rise jeans. Never. Give me a high-waisted belly button jean, or I don't wear jeans anyway, but I would never wear a low-rise. I think my mom bought them for me one time when they were like super hip and in, didn't realize it. And I was like, half of my butt crack is hanging out right now. So the low rise,
not the vibe.
No, they can stay in fashion hell where they belong.
I definitely feel like higher waisted pants have stayed in for a lot longer.
Thank God.
I mean, we're now into like the really wide pants back to like the
mom
80s,
jeans,
90s. Yeah, the mom jeans, which I think they're adorable on people. I just don't think they'd be adorable on me. So anyway, I think that's it. We are really excited for you guys to be with us today. We have added to our platforms.
Oh, yes.
So we are now on YouTube. So if you want to watch this on YouTube, you can find us. Our handle is Taking Back Sunday Podcast. And then we have a TikTok as well where we'll just upload maybe like just like a clip, kind of give you a, like a little preview.
I got distracted by the lady.
I know
walking
she
the
did. She sees a dog out there, but like a little preview of what the week's, what's coming up.
Yeah.
And then, any kind of fun little things that we see or
maybe
whatever.
like outtakes.
Outtakes would be good for, TikTok. And then, of course, on Spotify, you can like and follow us.
Yes, please.
You can subscribe to YouTube and subscribe to YouTube, TikTok, and Spotify. What that does is when we post a new episode, it will alert you. I have mine, so it just automatically downloads. So no matter where I am, if I don't have service and I'm ready to listen, I've got it. So that's a nice little feature on Spotify, at least.
Yeah.
So
sure. We're also on Apple Pod, Instagram, and Facebook.
Yes.
Find us. Taking Back Sunday podcast.
So what question do we want to leave our viewers with? Like which one that we talked about do we want to hear from them? Oh, I feel like Android and Apple. I feel like that's the one. We need to know.
We got to know. Android or Apple. We will put a poll and then we want to hear what you think.
We want to know. Okay. Well, this has been so much fun. Yes. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Hot Take Summer. We're really enjoying this. We might be here every week. We might just find ourselves in 1,000 different places. We haven't decided yet.
Yeah. And thank you again, 1012, for letting us film on a day that it's closed. Like we got special permission to be here and we love that so much.
Super bummed there's no coffee though, but that's okay. I'll
Sad
get
day.
A coffee somewhere else, I guess.
But yeah, just hopefully maybe next week you'll see us at another local hotspot.
So, or if you're listening to this and you have a local business that you just would think, hey, we could record there, maybe get some, we'll give you a shout out or whatever. We would love to talk with you. So
I'm Bianca.
And I'm Hannah.
And we are
Taking Back Sunday. All right, my next one. Nope.
Down she goes.
I don't understand why this is always happening to me.
I don't know.
All right.
Third time's a charm.